Technical meetings don't fall apart because people don't get along. They fall apart because of complexity, unclear requirements, competing priorities, architecture trade-offs, and cross-team dependencies. As a leader, your job isn't to eliminate conflict. Your job is to channel it so your team makes better decisions faster and with less friction. Today, I'm breaking down 5 practical techniques that technical leaders use to handle conflict in meetings without derailing the project. Technique number 1, normalizing tension early. As a technical leader, you need to set the tone before conflict even shows up. In environments where people are dealing with architecture decisions, sprint priorities, or production issues, disagreement's not a sign of dysfunction. It's a sign of engagement. I'll often open a meeting by saying, "We're solving a complex problem. Some tension is expected. It means that we're thinking." This one line does a lot of the heavy lifting. It tells the team that conflict is allowed, disagreement is healthy, and no one needs to tiptoe around the issues. When you normalize tension, people stop hiding concerns. They stop sugarcoating risks. They stop waiting until the last minute to raise blockers. As a leader, you want conflict to surface early because early conflict is manageable. Late conflict is expensive. Technique number 2, redirect personal attacks to the system. Technical conflict often sounds personal, but it's rarely about the person. It's usually about the system, the requirements, or the constraints. You might hear things like, "Your design won't scale," "Your approach will break the workflow," or "You're slowing down the sprint." And as a leader, you can't let the conversation stay at the personal level. You have to redirect it to the work. I'll say, "Let's test both approaches against the requirements." But here's the reality. Sometimes you don't have the time, the data, or the resources to test both approaches. And in those cases, you have to shift to the principles instead of the experiments. So I'll say to my team, let's evaluate both options against our constraints: time, risk, and impact. Or I'll say, given our deadline, which option reduces uncertainty the fastest? You're not choosing based on ego, you're choosing based on constraints. And that's what technical leadership looks like. Technique number 3, use structured turn-taking to prevent dominance. In technical teams, the loudest voice is often the most senior: the architect, the senior engineer, the product owner, or the product sponsor. As a leader, you know that dominance kills innovation. And if 2 people dominate the conversation, you lose the insights from the rest of the room. And those insights are often the difference between a good decision and a great one. So I use structured turn-taking in my meetings, and I'll say, let's go around the room, 60 seconds each. That does 3 things. It prevents senior voices from drowning out others. It gives quieter experts space to contribute. And it keeps the meeting from spiraling into a 2-person debate. As a leader, your job is to create space where every expert can contribute, not just the confident ones. Structured turn-taking is one of the simplest, most effective tools that you have. Technique number 4, label the conflict type. Most conflict in technical meetings is misdiagnosed. People think that they're arguing about everything, but they're usually arguing about one of 3 things. Technical conflict: which solution is better? Process conflict: who owns it? Or priority conflict: what gets done first? As a leader, you need to help your team name the conflict. So I'll pause the room and say, let's identify the type of conflict that we're dealing with. Once you label it, the emotion charge drops and people stop arguing in circles. They stop defending their turf and they stop mixing 3 different arguments into one. Labeling the conflict gives the team a shared language, and shared language creates alignment. Technique number 5, close with alignment: owners, decisions, risks. As a technical leader, you can't end a conflict-heavy meeting with vague agreements. Technical teams don't need hype, they need clarity. So I end every meeting with 3 things: the decision, the owner, and the risk that we're accepting. I'll say something like, here's the decision that we're making, here's who owns it, and here's the risk that we're choosing to accept. This prevents the same conflict from resurfacing next week, and it prevents people from walking away with different interpretations. It builds trust because people know exactly what was decided and why. As a leader, clarity is one of the most powerful tools that you have. If this video helped you think about leadership differently, then please give it a thumbs up. My contact information is in the description of this video. If you need help handling conflict on your team, then please reach out. I'm Catherine. This is Leadership Lab 360. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.